There are two sorts of living thing in the world, animals and plants. Animals are human like ourselves, elephants, horses, cows, dogs, birds, fish, insects and many other kinds. Plants include trees, grass, mushrooms, seaweed, moss, down to tiny lichens. Trees are the largest living things, bigger than elephants, and they live longer too. Plants and animals both need food to live, but animals have to go out and find theirs. Cows and horses need to walk to the grass, bite it off and chew it. Plants have to stay in one place. They get their food from the air and the rain and sunshine, and their roots send water and useful minerals up from the soil. The leaves are like thousands and thousands of tiny factories. They gather the sun and rain from above, and the water and minerals from the roots, and turn it all into plant food, which courses about the tree, making it grow. Then the leaves fall off, lie on the ground and rot, returning unused nutrients to the soil. Trees are useful. They give shelter in winter, shade in summer, and are a home for many animals. Deer, badgers, foxes, rabbits, hedgehogs and mice, as well as insects and birds that nest in the branches and find things to eat. Other plants rely on trees too. Ferns and mosses, foxgloves and mushrooms and bluebells need to live in the shade. These plants all support other life too. Trees are useful to us too. They give us things to eat and to drink, like apples and nuts and chocolate, Coca-Cola and maple syrup and more. When they are big enough, trees can be cut down or felled. The wood is used to build houses, make furniture and all sorts of things from pencils to axe handles. For example, paper and cardboard are made from wood, so every book or paper you read has been made from a tree. Years ago, 2 men would have felled the tree with a long saw. Now a huge machine called a harvester, which you see here, is able to grasp the tree, cut it down, then swing the big tree up in the air to strip all the branches off. Next it cuts the trunk into lengths ready to load on the lorry. The timber goes to the sawmill where it is cut up into planks, whatever shape is wanted. Here you see piles of planks drying. When they are dry, they will go to make somebody's new house. Trees are beautiful. Some of the loveliest places owe their beauty to trees and woods. You can ride bikes, walk and camp in the woods, enjoy yourself and learn about the wild creatures and plants. Where shall we start? Maybe you recognise this leaf with the wavy edges and lobes all round. It's from an oak tree, one of our biggest and longest living trees. They were used to build ships for war and beams for castles and strong doors to keep enemies out. This is the oak tree's seed. An acorn looks like an egg in an egg cup. A long time ago, people used to drive their pigs into the forest to grow fat on the acorns under the tree. Today, roe deer and grey squirrels and bigger birds still come to eat them. The bark of an oak tree is rough and furrowed like old rope. It makes a home for all sorts of moths and mites. An oak tree like this will be supporting up to 300 different kinds of animal or plant life. Here is a different leaf, a beech leaf, pointed at both ends and with a neat edge. The beech grows to be a big tree like the oak, but see how smooth the bark is, silvery grey, not like the rough, gnarly bark of the oak tree. This is the beech tree seed or beech mast. It has a prickly shell to protect the little triangular seeds that you see inside. Pigeons love beech nuts and so do red squirrels, who find acorns a bit too big. The squirrels collect beech nuts and bury them for winter food, but they forget where they have put quite a lot of them, so the nuts are left to grow into little beech trees. That is how the beech tree gets its seeds carried away to a new place. Now you won't confuse this birch leaf with the beech leaf because it is so much smaller. The birch leaf shape is like a triangle or a heart. The birch tree is not burly like the oak, but quite tall and slender, a graceful tree with fine drooping twigs. Birch trees have silvery white bark. The bark is papery and sometimes a piece will peel off. This is the birch catkin or flower that will turn into seeds. The catkins hang like this from the branches in spring, like little tails. Where shall we go now? Those 5 points make the sycamore leaf look like a big paw print with claws on 5 pads of the paw. The sycamore is another big strong tree that makes good shade in summer. The sycamore seeds have wings and fly away in pairs. In autumn the seeds ripen and fall from the tree. The wind catches them and they whirl away like little helicopters to a new place far enough away to give the young sycamores a chance of their own place in the sun. If you are a tree and can't move about, it is important to get your seeds spread out where they will grow into space and light of their own. Some trees produce berries and nuts so that animals and birds will carry them off. Some seeds are light enough to blow away. The sycamore does it by giving wings to its seeds. This horse chestnut leaf is made up of leaflets, all separate, spreading out from the very tip of the leaf stalk. They look more like a hand of fat fingers than a paw. This leaf has 5 fingers, although sometimes there are 7. The horse chestnut is easy to recognize in early summer when it has big white flowers that stand up like candles. On some trees the flowers are red. Then in autumn the fruit, looking like green spiky golf balls, falls down under the tree and splits open to show shiny brown conkers inside. Children used to collect these conkers and thread them on a string to play a game. Before conkers or even leaves are on the tree, you can tell a horse chestnut by the wonderful fat sticky buds. Touch one with a finger and you will see. Let's choose another leaf that is made up, like the horse chestnut, of leaflets joined together. This is an ash leaf, but its leaflets don't spring from one place. They are in pairs on either side of the leaf stalk. If you count, there are usually 9, 4 pairs and 1 at the tip. You can always tell an ash tree in winter, even without leaves, because it has these really special black buds, like strong and chunky little hooves of cows. They really are black. No other tree has buds like that. After the ash, we are going to look at a very Scottish tree. This is a rowan leaf. You won't confuse it with the ash leaf because you are clever. Here's the secret. There are 11 little leaflets, or even up to 15 leaflets on a rowan leaf. That means 5, 6 or 7 pairs and 1 more at the tip. The rowan leaf is much smaller than the ash leaf. The rowan tree, which is sometimes called the mountain ash, but we know it is not the same sort of ash, can live in difficult places on moors and mountains. Because of this, it is not a very big tree, but it is generous in giving us white flowers in the summer, followed by great bunches of berries which the birds enjoy, and we can make rowan berry jelly to eat with meat. Then rowan leaves turn bright orange, red or yellow in autumn. This is the leaf everyone recognizes. You won't forget this leaf if you step on it in bare feet. It is holly, of course. You might wonder why holly doesn't lose its leaves in winter like most other broad-leaved trees do. But see how tough and shiny these leaves are. They can last through cold wind and frost. The rain and ice run off the shiny leaf as if they were umbrellas. On the undersides the leaves are not glossy. The shiny red berries not only provide food for birds and mice, but are very popular for Christmas decorations. You could find holly growing wild in shady woods or nearer home as a hedge, because its prickles are good at keeping everybody out. Another surprise for young tree detectives. Just as the holly looks a bit like a deciduous, leaf-losing tree, but is really an evergreen tree, so the larch looks like an evergreen tree and is really deciduous, loses its leaves in winter. The larch needles are in tufts like paintbrushes, coming from those small bubbles along the twig.